In this eye-opening 6-part video, we will explore the pervasive and alarming issue of microplastics, tiny plastic particles less than 5 millimeters in size that have infiltrated every corner of our world. We will delve into 3 crucial aspects of this growing threat: the shocking discovery of microplastics in the human heart and bloodstream, the accumulation of microplastics in the food chain, with a focus on their impact on plankton and marine life, and the hidden dangers of inhaling microplastics and the potential consequences for respiratory health. Additionally, we will examine the far-reaching effects of microplastics on terrestrial ecosystems, the Arctic, coral reefs, and the emerging concern of nanoplastics. Finally, we'll discuss how you can protect yourself from plastic microparticles and how you can reduce your microplastic footprint. Are you curious about topics like the problem of microplastics in our environment and what you can do to protect yourself and reduce your microplastics footprint? Then, commit to your well-being by tapping the like button and subscribing to our channel so you don't miss a thing. We are your portal to the secrets of longevity. Now, let's dive in. Recent studies have uncovered the presence of microplastics in the most unexpected and intimate places: the human heart and bloodstream. In a study published in the journal Environmental Science and Technology, 2014, researchers found microplastic particles in the heart tissue of patients undergoing cardiac surgery. In another disturbing study at the Vrije University at Amsterdam, researchers detected microplastics in human blood for the first time. The study found that nearly 80% of the participants had detectable levels of microplastics in their blood samples, indicating widespread exposure to these particles. Dr. Leslie of the Amsterdam study expressed concern, noting that the study suggests that particles can influence the digestive, respiratory, endocrine, reproductive, and immune systems. In perhaps the most shocking study to date, Italian physicians in 2023 demonstrated a direct link between microscopic plastic particles and an increased risk of heart disease. They analyzed the carotid artery plaque of over 300 patients undergoing surgery. In 58.4% of patients, polyethylene, a common plastic, was found within the arterial walls. Additionally, 12.1% of patients had measurable amounts of polyvinyl chloride. Electron microscopy and radiographic examination confirmed the presence of these foreign particles within the plaque. Shockingly, patients with microplastics in their arterial plaque faced a 4.5 times higher risk of heart attack, stroke, or death compared to those without these particles. These findings are startling, raising serious concerns about the impact of our plastic-dependent lifestyle on our cardiovascular health. The presence of microplastics in the human body is not only a result of direct exposure, but also a consequence of their accumulation in the food chain. At the base of this chain are plankton, the tiny organisms that form the foundation of marine ecosystems. A study published in the journal Environmental Pollution, 2014, found that planktons are ingesting microplastics, which then accumulate in the bodies of the fish and other marine life that consume them. Richard Thompson, OBE-FRS, Professor of Marine Biology, shares concern about the magnitude of microplastics in marine environments. His work has demonstrated that microplastic contamination is ubiquitous, having been found in every sample of beach sand tested across continents, including Australia, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. Furthermore, his research has revealed the presence of microplastics in various environments, such as the deep sea, Arctic ice, and even in the digestive systems of numerous fish species from the English Channel. According to research conducted at the University of Ghent, 2014, European consumers of shellfish may ingest as many as 11,000 microplastic particles per year. A study by the ARC Centre of Excellence for Coral Reef Studies found that corals can mistake microplastics for food, reducing growth rates and impairing reproductive success. These studies show the ubiquitous presence of microplastics in various environments, including beach sand, the deep sea, Arctic ice, and the digestive systems of marine life. The accumulation of microplastics in the food chain poses a direct threat to human health as we consume seafood contaminated with these particles. Additionally, these studies reveal the devastating impact of microplastics on marine ecosystems and emphasizes the urgent need for action to reduce plastic waste entering our oceans and protect these vital habitats. While ingesting microplastics through food and drink is a well-known problem, the dangers of inhaling these particles are often overlooked. The World Health Organization (WHO) report revealed that microplastics are present in the air we breathe, with exceptionally high concentrations in urban environments, 2019. Albert Rizzo, the American Lung Association's Chief Medical Officer, expressed concern about the long-term effects of microplastics on human health, drawing a parallel with the historical struggle to prove the dangers of smoking. Are the plastics just simply there and inert, or are they going to lead to an immune response by the body that will lead to scarring, fibrosis, or cancer? He also raised the question of whether we will discover in the future that microplastics in the lungs led to premature aging of the lung or to emphysema, and emphasized the importance of making plastics safer. The risks associated with inhaling microplastics are not limited to respiratory health. A study published in the journal Environmental Science and Technology found that microplastics can also enter the brain through the olfactory nerve, potentially leading to neurotoxic effects, 2020. While much attention has been paid to microplastics in aquatic environments, these particles also accumulate in soil. A 2018 study by the University of Bayreuth found that microplastics can alter soil properties, affecting water retention and nutrient availability, with potential consequences for plant growth and soil health. This discovery highlights the far-reaching impact of microplastics on terrestrial ecosystems and the need for further research into their effects on agriculture and food security. Despite its remote location, the Arctic is not immune to microplastic pollution. A 2019 study published in the journal Science Advances found that microplastics are being transported to the Arctic by ocean currents and atmospheric circulation, highlighting the global nature of this problem. Microplastics in the Arctic have severe implications for the region's unique ecosystems and the indigenous communities that rely on them for their livelihoods. As microplastics continue to degrade, they can break down into even smaller particles called nanoplastics. These particles, less than 100 nanometers in size, can cross biological barriers, such as cell membranes, and enter the bloodstream and organs. The health effects of nanoplastics still need to be fully understood, but they may pose unique challenges due to their size and ability to interact with biological systems. As microplastics continue to break down into nanoplastics, the world is entering uncharted territory in terms of their potential impact on human health and the environment. The scientific community needs to prioritize research into the behavior and effects of these tiny particles too. Develop effective strategies for mitigating their risks. While the scale of the microplastic crisis may seem overwhelming, there are steps that individuals can take to protect themselves from exposure and reduce their contribution to the problem. To safeguard your health from the insidious threat of microplastics, consider investing in a high-quality water filter that can effectively remove these tiny particles from your drinking water. Next, be mindful of your seafood consumption, as some species, like shellfish and small fish, are known to accumulate higher levels of microplastics. Then, protect the air you breathe by using a HEPA-filtered air purifier in your home or workplace, which can help capture airborne microplastics. When possible, Opt for natural, non-synthetic clothing to minimize the shedding of microfibers that can occur during washing and wearing. Seek out products with minimal plastic packaging and embrace reusable or biodegradable alternatives whenever possible. Ensure that you are properly disposing of plastic waste, taking care to place it in the appropriate recycling bin or waste container to prevent it from escaping into the environment. When laundering synthetic clothing, wash less frequently and on a gentler cycle to minimize microfiber shedding, and consider using a microfiber catching laundry ball or bag. Support brands and businesses that prioritize sustainability and incorporate recycled or biodegradable materials into their products. Finally, get involved in your local community by participating in beach cleanups or other environmental initiatives that aim to remove plastic waste from our precious ecosystems. As a consumer, you have the power to make choices that can significantly reduce your microplastic footprint. The evidence presented in this video paints a stark and alarming picture of the microplastic crisis. From the heart and bloodstream to the food chain, the air we breathe, and the soil beneath our feet, these tiny particles have infiltrated every aspect of our lives, potentially harming our health and the environment. But there is hope. Raising awareness and taking the measures to protect yourself and reduce your microplastic footprint can improve the situation, especially if everyone watching this video takes action. What is your experience with microplastics? Have you taken any measures to reduce the use of plastics in your life? Please share in the video comments. I hope you got a ton of value from this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.